What is going on, YouTube? Back at it again. Going for. What am I even going for? Going for another moto vlog. Ooh, smell that weed smell. But I always smell that weed smell over here. So I don't really know what to talk about. I think in my limited advice, there's the police station. If I could wheelie, I would. No, I wouldn't. Anyway, my limited advice, if you're in the market for a new bike, you've never had a bike before. By bike, I mean, motorcycle, but you know how to ride a bike, I assume. Then I would tell you to go for a middleweight bike. So like a 600, I guess a 400 would be like the minimum, but I would say just go for a 600. And I know a lot of people disagree with that and think it's not a good idea to start with a bike with that much power. And the reality is, holy shit, these brakes are loud. You need to get that looked at, bud. Anyway, in my opinion, you're gonna get bored with the 300 if you go with like a 250 or 300. It's gonna get boring. And if your buddies have, 600s, you're gonna struggle to keep up. If they have a 1000cc bike and you have a 600, for the most part, if you're on the street, you'll be okay. Like, you'll be able to keep up just fine with them. If you're like on the highway doing a straight, just straight, then yeah, of course, they're going to take off and be faster than you. And a lot of times it comes down to skill too. Don't count skill out. But man, just a lot of people don't have money to go out there and buy a beginner bike. And then when they feel comfortable in 6 months to a year, buy a middleweight bike, It's just not something a lot of people can do. Because, let's be honest, most of the time, it's a toy. I guess for some people, it's a main mode of transportation. The first bike I had, that was the case for me, and I had a 300. And if I could go back, I would have gotten a 600, or like the 750 right here would be nice. Not that I don't like the 300, it's a good bike. Don't get me wrong, these are good bikes. Just, they could be better, that's all. You're going to get bored of that 300 pretty soon. You're going to wish you had more throttle, So, and I don't say this like, oh, don't keep it in rain mode or something. Like, buy a powerful bike and put it in rain mode. Don't do that. Just respect the throttle. Respect the bike. Know that if you whiskey throttle that thing, it's gonna flip you. I mean, if you're lucky, you won't loop it, but there's a good chance you will. So, safety first. You just have to have some self-control, guys. Buy a powerful bike, but, learn it slowly. Don't try to show off. That's, like, probably the number one thing I could say is do not try to show off. If you got a buddy showing off, just ignore it. Ride your own ride, as they say. So, good starting bikes that's going to last you forever. I mean, for me, not a starting bike, but second bike. I was thinking the Gixxer 750, which is what I ended up with, or Kawasaki is a really good brand as well. So go Kawasaki. ZX6R. So those are both super sports. You don't have to do that. I mean, parallel twins are pretty popular. And the insurance is probably cheaper if you get, a 600 that's not a super sport. So I think super sport is, 4 cylinders, I think is what pushes it into that category. I could be wrong. There could be some other criteria, but from my understanding, it was the Screaming 4 that made it a super sport. And I know there's got to be exceptions. I mean, Ducati's got pretty powerful bikes that aren't 4 cylinders. So anyway, if you're going to get a super sport, I would get one of those two. I don't really have a lot of experience with another brand besides Kawasaki. The Suzuki is going to be basic. Why? I don't know. They need to evolve a little bit, but I still love their bikes. Obviously, I have one. And then Kawasaki is probably, in my mind, that's probably one of the best ways to go if you want that extra technology. Like, I didn't want ABS on the bike. I didn't want all the extra, safety technology that Kawasaki has. So, and that had a specific reason for that. I wanted to work on it myself and do my own stuff just to learn, basically. So I wanted something mechanically not as complicated, as working with ABS. It's like a whole extra piece that you have to deal with if you're changing out brake lines. Yeah. Anyway, there's other reasons, but if you're just gonna go stock, you're not gonna do a lot of crazy stuff to your bike. Kawasaki's usually cheaper and usually has good technology. It's just an all-around good bike if you're just gonna keep it mostly stock. Throw a slip-on and oh god, what do they even call them? Tail tidy? Yeah, tail tidy and a slip-on. Like, that'd be like the most basic stuff in my mind that you could do. Oof, roundabout. How will this go? Kind of thought traffic would be a little bit better right about now, but it is what it is. Oh. Anyway, the price difference. It can be pretty big depending upon what you go with. So, like, if you wanted just a regular 600, not a super sport, I think it's not bad. It's like $8,000 brand new. 400, it's around like what, $4,000. So It's not a huge difference between the two, price-wise. I think you get a lot more for the extra couple thousand you put down to get into the middleweight section there. I don't know. The main thing is just you're hopefully never going to get bored of the bike, you know? That's the biggest problem people have that makes them want to trade up. And you don't want to, constantly be trading up because your skill is just growing that fast. And hopefully it is. You got to ride the damn thing, right? And I mean, definitely some of it is, of course. I'm trying to get away from this guy. This is Busch Gardens. If you guys are local, you know what that is. So I don't know if I mentioned going to the local bike night every Tuesday at I always want to say Trader Joe's, but it's not. It's Tampa Joe's. Tampa Joe's? I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm sweating. Jesus. This guy probably thinks I'm following him. I think I've been with him the whole ride down. I know he hates my headlight. That's for damn sure. I think this is where I want to turn. Ooh. Don't like this. I'm my own lane. Shit. Pretty sure I'm not going the right way. Oops. Need to go left somewhere. Did not go far enough down. I'm on this bullshit road. It's totally torn up. Stuff to avoid, right? Oh, goddamn. Ah! It was an oopsie. Right. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck I am. That's one of the bad things about riding. You don't always have GPS in front of your face. Can't just take my hand off the wheel. Well, I mean, I guess I could have had cruise control, but I don't. I think this might be where I want to be anyway. Shit, did I inadvertently go the right way? No. open up one of my air vents. Hopefully it doesn't fuck with my audio too much. I was trying to like keep all my vents closed just so I didn't mess up anything, but it is what it is at this point. Not sure what this guy's doing. Oh wow, those are some nice freaking lights, dude. They went all out. That's perfect. Holy shit.
DJ Grimes, Vicious Rush.